Hello and welcome everyone to part 51 of the Empire Total War Great Britain Darthmod Let's Play. We continue having to fight this battle up against 7,000 of the Mughal Empire. But if we can do this, Hindustan is open for attack with just a garrison army left in our way. So this battle could be make it or break it. We really need to win and try and save as many troops as possible, but it may well need me to to commit all of my troops, potentially sustain substantial losses to all of them in order to win this. We shall see. I am being attacked, so I can form up a little bit more defensively, but also I do normally like to spread out on the flanks if I can, to obviously get that advantage as early on as possible. So we're going to see how this goes. I should load in any second now. And there we go. Flashy, flashy white ground texture. That's where we're going. So they're going to come to attack us. Attack us from up there. And I could pull back to here where actually I have a hill to defend from. And I'm actually kind of liking that idea. They should have to come to me because the terrain in front of me here is not that favourable. So in fact, and I've only got demi cannons in this army, big old demi cannon. So let's just form up defensively. Let's have the cannons up on the hill. Get a reasonable shot. I could have them way up over here, firing over my men lower down, which would work quite nicely. Actually, it means I don't have to have a break in my line for the cannons, and that works quite nicely. And I don't have as many men as I'd like in kind of full health, but I'm going to try and get as many as possible into one regiment and then get some reserves. In fact, I'm going to need, I'm just looking at them, I'm going to need, let's get rid of these guys, let's put them in with the slightly wounded chaps. Because with group 2 I want to add in, where is it, these guys there, 283, they're nearly there, and then that makes 6. And I just want to get obviously a good strong grouping first, so they're going to be the main line here, and the secondary line is going to be up over, well, we're going to be over here, we're going to push them up on the hill a little bit as well, those reserves which are here, and obviously we can whack in this unit too, which is actually a reasonably sized unit. We've obviously got the grenadiers, and they should do fine, and we're going to have them up over here. We will push, well, the thing is, because having them where they are right now, I'm trying to think of the optimum deployment. I'll probably have these guys a little bit further back. Let's have them grouping here. So let's just create a straight line for them. Let the enemy just come at me in a straight line. Normally not the best idea, but we shall see, and hopefully this will work. And then obviously my skirmishers, we're going to have them over on. I'm going to have them over on the right here. Once I get their spacing sorted out. There we go. Won't have them in skirmish mode, that's fine. And actually I can't have them in front of my men because I don't have the light infantry doctrine yet. So they need to be somewhere else. So, well, they could be further up on the hill actually. Potentially shooting over my men, but that could also cause problems. So let's, with these guys, I'm going to have them in front of my men to start with. We'll try and hit the enemy as they come toward them. And then I'm hoping that from there we can sort of fall back with them. My cavalry are, oh no, didn't mean to deploy them like that. Group 5, there we go. Cavalry will form up. Actually going to hold them in the middle here. No, actually we're not. We're going to have them over on the flanks here. That's where I want them. And these guys over here. Let's start the battle finally. Let's get on this. Ah, okay, so we've got some troops, or somebody, coming in from over here. There they are. So let's pull these guys round to here. That's where we're going to get some reinforcements from. Nice. The enemy cav coming in. We'll watch them from there. That's where obviously the reinforcements are going to come from, which is nice. So what I'm going to do because of that is pull these grenadiers and other units along like so. And my force is moving to there now, so I can pull all of these guys around to here. We'll just reshuffle the grenadiers and what have you, like so. My units over here, and then my sharpshooters and what have you are going to form up on their left. On their left, please. Form up, form up, form up, skirmishers, and we get my cannons to try and hit the cavalry over here. They should be interested in targeting these guys. So that's what I'm hoping. So putting the rest of my units up here. I'm going to see, because I may well be able to pull all those grenadiers up and what have you. It doesn't look like these guys are going to attack, but they should be attacking me. And they are sending troops in. We are eventually going to have to push to their position, but obviously I want to kill as many of them as possible before we really have to do that. So in fact, with my grenadiers now, we're actually going to form up on the diagonal and claim this bit of hill here, which is going to cause a little bit of pathfinding issues, but we'll tweak a few units when we get to it. Pushing forward with those troops there, and I'm going to push up with the cavalry too. Claim the buildings. Let's have a look at the few units that I've already hit with the cannon. Routed one already. Yep, they've lost some troops. Let's get the cannons targeting on this one next. And just get these guys all gone. My guys are actually going to start firing as well, which is good. Get some volleys in there, bring down the cavalry. Don't need to form square with them just yet. They're coming straight on toward my men. Now would be the time for squares. Probably a bit too late. But no, thankfully they have pulled back at the perfect moment. So I can put my guys back into line. My cannons should be just aiming up, ready to fire. Yeah, there we go. Got a couple of cannon shots in there too. And these guys can push up on the flanks as well. Watching these guys up over here. They're sending troops forward. And all of these guys up here are not going to be any use to me unless I keep pushing them forward. Let's push forward a smidge more. And in fact, I can commit these troops as well, because the enemy's not going to come from there. So we can actually start funneling these guys in. Once I know how the enemy's deploying, I can actually react with my own troops. Start flanking round as much as possible. We've got elephants incoming over here. My marksmen over there, they're down. Let's get those chaps over here. Ooh. Firing these, as long as we can finish off this flank relatively easy, then I can obviously send more forces up to help out my main forces up here. They're firing, well, they are getting a few kills, but they need to be moved forward, further forward, but difficulty with the building pathfinding, buildings in the way. Let's push up. I think that's about as far as I want to push them, really. And why are you guys all walking? I did not give you the walk order. There we go, spread out just enough there. These guys reform here. Cavalry, pull you up over on the right flank, and then back over on this line. We've had cavalry crash into our line somewhere, but they're pulling back. That's good. We're hitting these guys with my marksmen. I think everything's just about under control. We've just got a cluster of guys over here. Thankfully the cavalry has already gone. I'm going to flank around with all these units here. Cannons just fire on these guys. My rangers are doing well on that flank. And over here we should have these guys sorted soon. The Islamic swordsmen charging in. They're going to go up against the King's Regiment of New York. They're shaken and tired. Turning around and just being shot at from all angles. That's going to really bring them down quite nicely. Even if they do charge into a unit now, we should have enough men around to flank them. But they've just broken at the best possible moment. We're going to charge in against the Islamic swordsmen here with both of my cavalry units very quickly. Just go in for some direct charges. Push them back. Over on the side here, the Grenadiers forming up. They should be able to have these guys as the Islamic swordsmen come along the line, making themselves very susceptible to my fire. And I'm going to push forward with these troops here to get more shots on them as they pull round. These units can hold themselves up here quite well. The Islamic swordsmen over here already wavering with my cavalry charging in. We've got enemy native lancers incoming. We're going to try and hit these Hindu musketeers while they're wavering over here. And then we're going to check out all the units down here. Going to hit these cavalry over here with the cannons more. I'm going to push around with the infantry and the light infantry too. Not as steep a gradient up there actually. Pull them back slightly. We've got them encircled over here. We've got these guys routing for their lives. Pull the cavalry back because you do not want those camel gunners coming back in. In fact, I'm going to pull both units of my cavalry back over here where they started. pull them back into position and let the enemy just be broken along the lines, which is fantastic. These two units, I believe these are both my Grenadier units, just they're doing a fantastic job. We're just bringing them around a little bit more, reforming as the next wave comes in. My cavalry's disengaged nicely, and I can now get those demi cannons to actually focus on trying to kill some camel gunners up here. Meanwhile, the rest of my forces, we've nicely held off the enemy over here, bringing down the musketeers with my rangers. Very nice accuracy. They all fire in one big, kind of collective volley, or at least a few shots after that. They do a crap ton of damage as well. And we're going to push forward with these guys too. Over here, just continue the flank. Started off being defensive, now I can be aggressive, and now I can actually link up my forces here. And unfortunately my Grenadiers have been attacked in the flank by some cavalry, which I didn't manage to see. They are hardy stuff, and I'm not even sure they can hold up against cavalry. Let's get this unit to form a square here. They should be able to provide some support in the flanks. And we've got more camel gunners coming in here. We're going to form up with cavalry there. I'm going to send my cavalry up over here. Forming up some squares there, so we can take out both units of cannon and hopefully the native lancers from the back. These guys are trying to form a square. They are starting to waver. They have broken. That's unfortunate, but there had to be a gap in my line somewhere. Obviously, such a large collection of enemy forces. I can't watch them all of the time. These guys are pushing in here. The dervishes, they're getting a few shots in the face, which should weaken them morale long enough for my men to finish them off. My light troops can push even further forward now, and these guys can swing around as we meet the rest of them on the lines here. Picking off the cavalry, we've got squares in place now. We only had to sacrifice that one unit of grenadiers to get that job done. My cavalry getting involved here and taking out the other units of cannon. These two units over here, and this one can now rapidly push up to here. Get these guys, they need to stay in square. We just need to watch those cavalry there. We're staying in square here to see them away. Let's do them toggle fire at will on and off. Let's get my cannons to target someone with some purpose. Let's go for the native lancers over here, and obviously I want to kill as many of these guys as possible. Got more troops incoming, so let's push forward with my guys here. Push forward with two units here, and I'm actually going to bring this unit back up here to fire into the flanks of the cavalry, because we really need to put them away, because they are going to start. They already have broken the formation of my grenadiers, and I ideally don't want to lose another unit of Grens. These guys are starting to waver, which is good. I can take these guys out of square, bring them up as a unit here to fire in formation. They're tempted by this target. Let's form them into square just in time. They'll form up as yet another heavily defensive force. We can put these guys into a little square as well, just to hold off on that side in case that becomes an issue. Cavalry's finished both these guys off over here. Over here on the lines, we've got the reinforcements obviously coming in quite considerably. They're going to push in with all the units here. And quickly, before this becomes too much of a bloodbath, pull back here. Finish off one unit of cavalry for sure. They are shattered, they are gone, not many of them left. Just this one unit here which we're forming up nicely. Take these guys out of square, form them back into three lines, and with these two units we can push in. And we've got the Islamic swordsman coming in. We're going to turn this unit round. Going to bring this unit of cavalry in as well. The square actually did manage to get a good volley off before they died. Finish off that cavalry. That cannon rather. These guys are now done. Take them both out of square. And we can form up just in line here. We've got the Islamic swordsman here. I'm just going to get these guys out of square now, just engaging. They should be able to fire a volley into their flanks just as the cavalry come in for their charge. Just watching them, because I need to get them to stop at the right moment for when the cavalry come in. Here we go. Here comes the first volley. Probably getting a few friendly fire kills here. Okay, stop them. Pull them back round. How do these guys do? Yep, my light troops done a fantastic job here. Rest of my infantry can push up. My cavalry over here can pull over. A lot of them are going to escape, but that's fine. We have managed to defeat these combined forces, which is good. Finish off the Islamic swordsman, and I'm just going to end the battle there. I'm not going to bother chasing anyone. They can go off. It's their end turn time. They're trying to run away, and well, obviously they're being intercepted. They've lost 5,000 men basically. I've lost 700. I'm very pleased with that. I did well in that situation to take down 5,000. Only 2,000 left. But as a result, they are heavily weakened from that. They're going to pull a few back into Hindustan. The rest of them are pulling back south. There's that large army there which I need to take out. But I think they're mainly weakened from our last engagement. And these guys, obviously, I'm hoping I can take them, that little force down, with any of my garrison troops, should they attack, because there's only a couple of units in there, so they shouldn't cause me too much problem. Denmark, what are you guys up to? Successful mission, that's good. Construction, jolly good. Oh wow, whoa, where did all these armies come from? Crap. Where did you guys come from? Thankfully, we've finally built some troops. So we need to push in and take Hindustan now. We need to take them out, and we need to win that battle and finish off the Mughals here and now. Ah, this army. Oh, damn, it's just too short. I was hoping we'd be able to push in with this army. I'm going to need to get these guys to replenish. This guy can't do much either. Got this army here. So it's all up to these guys that have just fought. They didn't lose too many in that last battle. Here we go. Let's go for it. We're going to have those guys reinforcing. Demand surrender. Surrender is refused. It is it's improved settlement fortification, so obviously my favourite type. Just lots and lots of armed populous mob. Let's go for it. Here we go. Could well end up losing this. I don't trust the AI for an auto-resolve, so here we go. See if we can do it. If we can do this, it removes the threat of all the other armies, because unlike Rome Total War, once you take out all their provinces, their armies don't stick around, which is actually, it makes the game harder in Rome 2, because you actually have to clear up all the enemy forces, and they can actually sneak back behind your lines and take another settlement. But in obviously everything pre-Rome 2, including Empire, once you take out their last settlement, all their troops die, and they all disappear. And this is their last one. And actually, oh wow, there's already some holes in the wall. This is fantastic, because it means I can just push straight on in. I don't have to suffer trying to pound down the walls. We probably will do to make some more holes, because it's fun, and we want to do as much damage to them as possible. So let's get the cannon set up here, ready to fire. And we're just going to storm in. I'll have one army, obviously, with my best troop, my troops nearly at full strength, which we are lacking a few at the moment, unfortunately. But we have enough for 7 strong units to go in to start with. We'll start them bunched up, but I will immediately move them into thinner ranks once we start going, because obviously those mortars are going to be a pain in the arse from the get-go. Cavalry over on the right, and then the rest of the forces will be, you know, reserves, throwing them in afterwards, something like that. I'm not just going to throw them all in completely, because we may well actually have to employ some tactics here. Finish the enemy off, and my skirmishers are still very capable, strong units, so they'll probably go in as well. My general, keep them behind the cannons. Let's begin. So straight away, let's push straight on up. The enemy's already deployed up there. They spent the majority of their troops forming up over on this side. A lot of armed populace up on the walls. They're streaming out from all over the place. Let's get the cannons to try and destroy this part of the wall. Let's take fire at will off, because I just want them focusing on this one part. Let's bring up my cavalry as well, because they can probably mop up some troops quite nicely. Push up with the rangers and what have you, and then my reserve troops, you're going to come up over here too. Won't get them firing into the backs of the rangers just yet. We'll take them off fire at will. Seeing how these guys are deploying. Wow, okay, they've clumped so many guys in here. That is horrible, trying to sift through that. So many they've got in there. There's probably, in terms of number of troops, they've probably got about 2,000 in there. Form it with my men here. We can actually spread them wider, but they're already doing the damage that we need them to do. So I'm just going to let them have their volleys. These guys haven't started pushing yet, so once we defeat the troops in front of the wall, then we can storm in, take out the guys inside. How are my cannons doing taking down the rest of this wall? That's good. This side is obviously unprotected, because it's where they weren't expecting anyone to attack through. They were defending the bits that were left. And that wall is down, so With this unit, I'm just going to swoop straight on over. They're pulling some troops around already to try and counter that gap. So we'll form these guys up here, watching the marker. We can destroy this part of the wall as well, I think. Let's try destroying it. They're putting their troops inside. Let's push up with my troops here. Try and pin some of the guys off the walls. Push up with these guys as well, support. And looks like the gates are... no, they're not open yet, but we can push forward with a lot of my guys now. And start pushing in very shortly too. They've pulled back with a few guys. They're pulling back in here. Armed populace. Already looking like they want to come on out. These guys, cannons aren't attacking anymore. Let's try and bring down this corner here. If we can. Doesn't even want to make the attack sound. There we go. Let's attack the fort, please. There we go, that looks better. Oh, wow, they're coming out here. They're attacking the armed populace. That's where I want to bring my cavalry in. And they're using their mortars on my troops as well now. We need to get the cavalry in there. And even if I kill off all my cavalry by sending them on a suicide charge, we need to send one unit of them, use the smaller unit, in to get in and take out those mortars. Once the mortars are down, then we should actually do alright. Finishing off these guys with multiple volleys. These guys are already wavering and breaking. Let's push on back with my forces against them. Pull this unit around to help out. And let's pull back briefly to go in for a cavalry charge. Let's pull them out of the way. Cavalry getting caught up there, potentially killing a few of my own men, knocking them down. Broken my men as they go in, but they're charging in. Need to get the cavalry in now. We're just going to go for the garrison there. Starting to lag, trying to deal with all these units clumped up a little bit. That's an engine problem, unfortunately. Got the cavalry going in for the garrison over there. My cavalry's charged in here, trying to bring these guys down, the armed populace. Try and bring them all down. So let's bring these two units around to get ready to fire on them, because I'm going to have to fall back my cavalry any moment. All these guys like this. My cavalry ignoring the majority of the armed populace. We're just going straight for these mortars. Let's bring them down. The camel gunners forming up as well. Don't die. Don't rout. No, you bloody cavalry. We need you to take out those mortars. God dang it. We've taken out that tower already though. We finish off these guys, but those mortars will rip through my men if I'm not careful. Let's pull the cavalry back now. My men should be able to start firing any moment. Cavalry, come back, otherwise you're going to break and rout yourselves. So we need to push in with these guys here, or at least we need to deploy them better. So let's have these guys actually forming up here. Pull back like so. These guys up the top as my cavalry streams on out. And we're just going to pull back a little bit more with these guys, because otherwise they can hit me. So it looks like we're going to have to take the mortar shots for now, because I can't get in there to destroy them. Fire at will back on with you guys. Putting up with my rangers to keep them out of harm's way as the rest of the enemy forces flood on in. My cavalry's back here now, which is good. We can charge on in to try and disrupt some of the enemy forces. They're all running out though, just hoping that my men will obviously fire into these guys. The Islamic swordsmen incoming. We've got this unit of foot back over here. These guys are shaken. We're going to charge in with the cavalry. They're shattered. And these guys are waving. If we can shatter them, obviously that's great. Completely shatter them and break them, then we have a winner. These guys are broken as well. Armed populace. So the cavalry in there is doing plenty of clean-up duty. It's mop-up time. There's not many forces left on this side, which is good. Let's try and push in with a couple of units. Gauge them in melee, should have them broken. Cavalry's doing a good job here. We need to pull them out though. These guys didn't mean to get you guys to attack. Pull back, form up. Cavalry, out you come. Watch out for those camel gunners which are broken. But get out of the rest of the troops' way, please, if you would. These guys are shattered. They're not coming back. Form up the rest of my troops. I want to get my light troops in there because they can quite happily take down some of the enemy quite considerably. The enemy's pulled out some of its forces here. It's starting to spread them out, but as you can see, we're starting to waver and break a lot of them. I think my cavalry's got stuck in there, which is actually helping to break all these guys. Once they're out of the fort, don't mind. I can deal with them once they're outside. That is not a problem. Let's fire on them with my cannons to make sure they stay broken. And I think along here we can actually start pushing in. Let's pull a couple of units inside. My charge of my units here, already starting to waver these guys, which is fantastic. We can break them completely. That would be even better. Let's try and push in with these guys now, because we've got more enemy rushing towards us. Just send in more troops in the melee here to push them back. For now, these two troops, spread them out thinly. The rest of the troops over there, they are gone. Push forward a little bit. I'm just going to get my cavalry. Their task is to now finish these guys off. Armed populace, they are not allowed to come back. Finish them off, see them away. We've got more guys charging into us here, so we're going to have to attack them. These guys can be broken. That would really help. Trying to get in with these light troops here. They are just walking there. They've chosen the worst time to try and walk ever. Come on, push up, run, 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 run. Trying to push in with all these guys. It's starting to work. My troops here are just about holding, but there's too many of the enemy to really do effectively. Holding enough of my troops back. Armed populace coming back over here. That's fine. Just volleys as the enemy comes out. If we need to lure them out, then that will work. Pushing back at these guys here, and we're doing quite a lot of damage. My light troops are already starting to fire on the flanks of them here. Just got to watch out for those native lancers. Pushing through over here at least with troops, which should do good. We've got enough troops in reserve should this go badly wrong. Cavalry's not going to hold up much longer there, but it's pushing to try and waver these guys as much as it can. Over here, my foot troops trying to hold just long enough so that I can flank them with other troops. Here I'm trying to get these skirmishers round. My rangers are in the wrong place to push through, unfortunately. They've been caught up here. These guys are shaken. Don't walk, run. Just attack and push on these guys. The rest of my troops just at least holding the enemy up for a little bit, which is good. It's working. Got more of their troops coming back from the flanks though, which is not working. Let's pull in with these guys though. Pull around with these now because the cavalry doesn't look like it's going to attack straight away. My men bravely, I've got to give them, they're bravely fighting here till the very end, completely outnumbered. We could break this unit here though, we can push through and we can probably save them. At least we're starting to trim them down over here with fire in the backs. These guys are wavering, come on, we just need them to break. Just need them to break and we can make the push. We can get a mass rout on our hands, then we're all good here. But it needs to be one that starts it, and my ones are starting to waver and break rather than the enemy, which is not what we need. The armed populace, they don't have much ability, but they do have mass behind them. I'm trying to push in with all my units like this. May not be the most, well, not be the best strategy to employ, but what are these guys doing as well? They are really swarming around me there. Guess we're killing off the rest of the troops coming back, and we can probably push in here, but have to see. Come on, guys! You should have broken them by now. They're armed populace. Okay, I need to pull back with these guys because it's not going to work through that. As do these guys, otherwise I'm going to lose all of them. Not too bothered if I do lose all of them, to be honest. If I can get them out, I will. They really should have gone down by now. Citizenry. But they've held, as have the Islamic swordsmen over here. Have to charge them, finish them off. This unit over here. And now the rest of the troops pouring out. They're swarming around my troops now, but we are starting to make some headway finally here. If we can break one, we might be able to break a couple of them, pushing these two units back in. Let's bring my general up for some support. As long as he's not targeted, we should be okay, but these guys are breaking them over here. And we've got more of the armed populace coming over here. This is the issue I have with the huge garrison forces. We need to charge in here. These guys are all getting attacked, and we need them to charge in to help out the friends. Because at the end of the day, you can't beat them back, which is unfortunate. I think I may well lose this. I may not be able to push in with some, which means I cannot complete the conquest this turn. Because I'm not going to have enough men to break in here and finish off the rest of the enemy forces. Let's get the cannons firing. Let's get them back up on firing here. Just pushing in with troops now. I can get my general's bodyguard included. I cannot believe these guys haven't broken here. They are really going for it. I'm really surprised that they've held this long. General's bodyguard in here. Waiting for these guys to break, because they should not have the morale that they, currently have to be able to break my forces. In we go with my general trying to break them here. Even being able to get back general back. Let's see if we can bring them down. Ah, and there we go. There's the collapse. There's the collapse of those forces there. So let's get these guys just to finish this one off here. Come on, push through, guys. Push through. Push. Need mass route time here. Mass breakaging. Cannons going in, firing as well. Come on, General, you can do it. Attack this unit over here. Back in. Come on, you're only armed citizenry. You guys, you can push here. Just the mortars are firing in the gap, trying to break them all at the same time. We've lost one of our guys. They've shattered. And they just keep on sending more through that gap. There we go. Broken these guys. Push on the next unit here. Just en masse. And cavalry. Oh dear. Bodyguard, elephants. Not good. Let's get the cannons just firing into my own troops there. Let's just do it. Just hoping we can kill as many of them as possible. But the thing is, I don't have an army in the way, and then the garrison replenishes itself pretty darn quickly. These guys have broken now, though. We do have the General's Bodyguard, but I'm just going to push in with all these guys. We're just pushing in. Push in. Get inside. General's Bodyguard has taken some losses. Not enough. And these guys are just falling back all over the place. To be honest, thought I could probably push these guys back. My melee isn't that bad with my forces. My general's pushed in here. Try and push back. Let's pull the general out though, because they're not going to do any good. Try and charge through there. General has now broken. Just form up with these guys in here a little bit. Take down the armed populace. The rest of them are all shattered and breaking up here. A heroic death. My general has gone down. He's fighting against all these guys still. But I think the battle will soon be over for my men here today. Just too many, and that's why I hate these fort battles, because it's just so the AI does just kind of pack itself through those gaps. Probably not the best to try and push through, but probably would almost run out of time by the time the AI would come out, and just they have the ability with all those troops to really do the damage there. So they've broken me there. Time to retreat. Very little troops I have left. Probably in the end didn't do too much damage to all these guys, and unfortunately they will all be back very soon, and I don't have an army in the way. I can send another army up, but it will be another turn before I can finish them off, which is incredibly annoying, because I wanted to have them killed and finished now. Didn't want to wait any longer for them to die. They have indeed broken me, so let's quit the battle there. Close defeat indeed. Probably shouldn't have pushed in as quickly as I did there, but that was my strategy, to try and push in. Go too quickly. All that survived is an army, so we can see the enemy, well, in all fairness, you know, we might have lost the majority of our army, in all of it, but we did take 4,600 of the enemy down. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad, but we need to push on these guys very quickly, because I don't know how quickly that garrison replenishes. So I am just going to push out with this army here. We're just going to go straight for it next time. Just going straight on in. I'm not hanging about there at all. This army can move in here. That's fine. So with this army we can now push and take these guys out, which I think we managed to whittle down quite nicely last time. Let's actually have a look at my forces here. They are all replenishing, but let's go for it. Okay, they have a lot more than I thought they are. They're a full fresh army. Let's pull back. I thought they were... Where's the army? It must have been... Was it this one that I defeated last time? I swear we defeated an army with that one last time. That's why they took losses. But anyway, and obviously these guys, I don't... Oh, damn, I really need to end that battle last time, but I just didn't have enough men after that first engagement, which was quite substantial. This army, perhaps it can push up and help. But let's first of all send these guys back into the abyss. What? They're going to get their reinforcing army coming to attack them and help them out. Okay, well, we'll fight that next time, guys, so sure to tune in to that. Hopefully we can finish the invasion, or rather the conquest of India, then... despite my tactics being rather aggressive in that fort battle, ultimately, no matter which way I would have gone, they just had too many men to just plug those holes. That sounds wrong, I know, but defend the gaps there. They would have pushed me back, even if I'd held out probably a little bit longer. But anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed. Please do remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you all again soon. Remember to join the Pride on Facebook and Twitter. Ciao for now.